Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Alan's Mountain Fortress Lab. So, we figured it's time to give you guys an update on the Fortress and let you know about some upcoming projects that we're gonna be working on to help Alan keep the ball moving with this project. So with that said, buckle up and enjoy. Guys, the whole tour. We're gonna abbreviate it since many of you have already seen this before, but there's been a lot of work that's been done. So essentially up here is the power center. This is where the wind is gonna make electricity and the solar panels are gonna make electricity. So this will be a true off-grid property, not connected to any sort of power at all. And that's a beautiful thing because if and when there's a problem with the power grid, which is pretty much just a matter of time at this point, Alan will have a spot out here where he's got, as long as he's got sunshine or wind, which you pretty much always got one or the other out here, well, then you're gonna have power. Plus he'll have a battery bank that's gonna help store some of the power. So at nighttime and, you know, winter and times where there's no wind or solar, well, you've got backup power.
What are you doing?
Dude, I'm pretty sure I just found Alan's piggy bank where he keeps all of his cash. And it's hidden inside an old military fuel tank. It's actually a pretty good idea, but there's way better ways to save money, which is why we're gonna talk about the sponsor of today's video really quick, PDS Debt. PDS Debt is a company that has customized individual solutions for anybody who's struggling with credit card debt, medical bills, you name it, any sort of debt that's on your record. They can help you come up with payment plans to be able to get that squared away, and they can save you a ton of money. You see, I guarantee a bunch of you guys are taking your hard-earned money and giving it to your creditors every single month, and you're paying bills, but you're never seeing the balances go down. Well, what PDS Debt can do is they can talk to all your different creditors, take all your debt, combine it into one much lower monthly payment where you're gonna save a ton of money. They do the negotiating for you, so you don't have to deal with any of it. Anybody with like $10,000 or more of debt, whether you have good credit, bad credit, anywhere in between, you qualify for their program. If you decide to use PDS Debt, you're gonna save thousands and thousands of dollars in interest fees, and you're gonna be able to pay off your debt way sooner than pretty much any other method. There's a lot of bad eggs in the financial world. However, PDS Debt, they're not one of them. That's why they're one of the top rated companies on Google and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, which is actually really hard to do. If you have debt and you're trying to get out but you can't find a way and you want to save a bunch of money, click the link in my description below and go to pdsdebt.com/sparks, and they're gonna give you a free debt relief consultation. It only takes like 30 seconds, so click the link, go to their website, and just see if they can help you. So get your debts cleared away, and thank you PDS Debt for sponsoring the video.
Why are you whispering?
Because it's loud as shit in here.
The next floor we're gonna explore, this is the uppermost kind of livable level. This is the top floor of the house, essentially, right below the roof. And in here, this is gonna be kind of a storage room, utility room. Yeah. It's a room that's kind of easy to access from the front. This would be basically just, you know, a room to put stuff, which you'll see that Alan has a lot of rooms to just put stuff because he's not necessarily gonna have a wife and kids living out here. He may have guests here and there, but this is more of a survival fortress, more of a place where Alan can go get away, and if he wants to come out here and work on some crazy creations, he can. One thing I love about this is the storm-proof windows. These are all metal frame windows. You built these at the shop?
Yeah.
And they've got basically giant, you know, 3/8 or half-inch steel shutters, which
I haven't put the handles on them yet.
half-inch steel shutter is pretty damn durable. Are you doing windows in here?
Yes, I'd like to. I gotta find somebody that will make basically an aluminum frame window, and I want to make it so that it slides up or slides down.
Oh, nice. Don't try to break in because A, there's nothing to steal right now, and B, you're not gonna get in. You know, you're gonna have to hammer through cinder block and steel. And Alan will probably have some sort of laser focused on you from where he lives, which is miles away from here. Over here, what do we have, Alan?
That's where all the power and water and stuff is gonna be in here for the solar. It's gonna be focused down through here. Water, some water collection from the rain up above.
That's water tank?
Yeah, that's a water tank. So you pump it in here and then you have gravity feed to the lower levels.
That's pretty cool.
You wouldn't want to fall down that when it.
You can see Alan has, he thought this through pretty well. He went through and stubbed in pipes and stuff so that he can run all of his conduits and everything after the fact. So he's not gonna be punching a lot of holes and stuff through the cinder block, which is smart, it's thinking ahead. I don't know how he keeps track of it all because it's not like a master set of plans that he's following. It's just kind of up here in his noggin. All right, so that's the uppermost level. We'll head down another level. This is the biggest level, right, Alan?
Yeah.
This is kind of the most livable space. You're talking bedrooms, bathrooms, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What do we have here?
Just the bedroom.
Got your closet. Yeah. There's actually a decent amount of room in here.
No, that's just like storage for, because this is like the main room, main master room.
Where's the kid? Oh, this is the bedroom?
Yeah, here's the main master.
Where's the bathroom for up here?
Right there.
Oh, right here? This is the master bathroom?
Yeah.
So you plan on just kind of keeping this all as is, as far as like,
Oh, it'll be nicer.
well,
And then we have,
Another room.
you've got about 480 tons of old Pepsi cans.
Yeah, you can see what I drink when I'm in here.
So main floor has 3 bedrooms-ish and 2 bathrooms, plenty of room. Then you got your downstairs, keeps going down, you got another exit right here that takes you out towards Fraggle Rock.
Alan, at any point will this be listed on Airbnb
No.
for the shop?
And then you've got kind of a basement sub-level where,
Well, this is actually the first floor. That's the like kitchen area.
oh, that's the kitchen.
Yeah.
This is another kind of a living area, storage area.
Well, it's just the
Dining area?
Yeah, whatever. It's just sort of the main entrance right here.
Is this the monolith?
Just another room.
Got a bed over there?
Oh, he's just gonna ignore that. And then another bathroom over there.
Is this where you've been staying?
Oh, when I get tired, I lay down on that. I don't actually see that. Oh wow, the wind's blowing my blocks.
This is where things start to get interesting. Down here, we have a tunnel system. And we have Alan's mine shaft, which he's got a winch right here with a bucket, 5-gallon bucket. He fills it up with stuff, pulls it up here, and I believe he had a rail cart here at one point
It's down
that
farther.
he'd push over here, takes all the spoils, and pushes them out. But guys, this is like, he did this all by hand. I mean, a little bit of equipment, but mostly he's been digging this by hand. Over here we have another, what is this room gonna be?
Just storage.
You can see it's just, I mean, he's used all the materials here from the mountain. So a lot of the rocks he's harvested from here on site. What's this little trough for?
It's for something later. I'll tell you later. It's actually, yeah, don't use it, but it's actually probably
Murder?
don't
facility?
like talk really about this one because it's going to be a
So now we are outside. We took the tunnel. Alan was just telling me that he has moved every single rock out here pretty much by hand. And I believe him because there's really no way to get equipment in right here.
The mini excavator moved some of the bigger rocks,
Yeah.
but anything that was small was moved by hand.
Now you guys remember the tunnel that we just walked through, right? Went through and had the rail tracks in it? Well, that's that right there. Tunnel's basically all underground here and cut into the rocks. This is where the shed was. The shed recently burnt down, unfortunately. You'll see bits and pieces of what's left. Stuff like this melted everywhere. Unfortunately, he lost a lot of good tools, a lot of good hardware, just a lot of important stuff. Gone. It was a lightning strike. And fortunately, Salt Lake Helitack or Wasatch Helitack was able to get a helicopter out here and get some water on it pretty quickly, but unfortunately, due to how well he built it, they weren't able to get the water in it very well, and they're obviously not able to get fire trucks up here. So they did what they could, and then the rest just kind of burnt out. Any idea how many cinder blocks you've used?
I know how many bags of 80-pound concrete. The last count was over 22,000 bags of 80-pound.
Keep in mind, those were all mixed by hand, pretty much 1 or 2 at a time, and then Alan would move the mud where he needs it and set it in place. You also have to remember that there's no water up here other than rainwater and whatever water Alan brings up. Alan is the king of Army surplus, and he's also the king of repurposing. So this was a hardware bin that he had in the actual shop. You got little drill bit heads, you got all this stuff, and Alan does not like to throw anything away unless it's like verified not usable. You're about to witness the most used bucket I've ever seen on a piece of equipment ever.
I've got some new buckets. I just gotta put them on.
What does that bucket look like?
Give
me two things you think it looks like.
Kind of looks like a turtle.
Like a turtle? I was thinking like a Ninja Turtle hand.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Together. I wonder if there's any power to it.
Fire it up.
Now you're just showing off, Alan.
I don't know why it's not starting.
I got a couple ideas of why it might not be starting. While Alan flicks and jiggles and wiggles whatever he's doing over there, continue to show you some of the aftermath of the fire. The whole shed basically just looked like this giant pile of stuff, just a smoldering. In fact, we came up here just a couple days after the fire, and as we were pulling stuff out, it started. Watch this thing move.
Already leaked a gallon of hydraulic fluid.
Pretty tight little machine for what it looks like. So it's all self-lubricating, as you can see. You don't ever have to grease it because the hydraulic seals just allow a little bit of oil to come out, and that keeps everything nice and tidy and greased up. Did you plant this tree or was it here?
I planted it, but the fire took it out.
Are they fruit trees?
They were both apricots. Apricot trees love up here.
Well, apricot or apricot?
Well, potato, I guess. Tomato.
My main tree died last year. I don't know why.
Tomato, apricot.
This is the mystery building over here that Alan has never let us into. He always says, oh, I don't have the key or it's locked. So there's a good chance there's contraband or bodies in there.
You notice how he says there's no key to it, but there's also no door handle.
Exactly.
There's no lock.
That's what it'll be. Utility building's got the water tank on top. He's got a bunch of antennas. He's got all sorts of stuff. Is there anything else? Just tools and stuff in there?
Yeah, that's all it is. It's got that and a bunch of the burnt mining drills that hopefully one day I'll try to get.
More like dead people.
My biggest issue up here is I come up here and I just want to immediately start cleaning. I want to start getting rid of all the scrap metal. I have this thing where I see scrap metal and I can just picture it being clamped by my tractor, by the excavator, and putting it in a truck. And so every time I come up here, I'm like, Alan, let's make a little bit of room. Not a chance. No shot. Alan is very particular about everything up here, and he somehow has an inventory in his brain of pretty much everything. All right, so we're gonna show you a few more of the projects we got going on up here on the top level. He's planning on building an earth bunker right here. And so we dug this area flat the best we could. However, we ran into some serious rocks. Like rocks so big that even our big excavator was just bouncing right off of them. Essentially, if we're gonna finish this, we either have to do it at this level or we need to bring in one of our big hydraulic breaker hammers for the excavator. So as you can see, we'll walk over here and then we'll head down to the bottom. This is kind of just the boneyard. Lots of different military surplus items, stuff from old mines that Alan has gone out and reclaimed. And there's some really cool stuff. There's also a lot of junk, in my opinion. If I were to go to throw away this set of leaf springs, Alan would say, don't you dare touch that. That's for my 1972 Ram 1500 Prospector Edition that I've just about got running. And that project has probably been going for the last 20 years. But gotta respect the man's stuff. Although it would be nice to organize it a little bit. It is organized, just a little more, make some space. But you gotta keep in mind that there is kind of a rhyme and reason to all the madness up here. Even if you don't fully understand it or see it, Alan knows kind of what he's up to. All right, so up top, project number 1, finish the building with concrete and blocks. Project number 2 is the earth bunker over here. Project number 3 up here, which Alan has not agreed to yet, but hopefully we'll get him there, is clean and organize some of this a little bit, make a little bit more room. So this is one of the casualties from Alan driving up and down his road, his driveway. This truck just went off the edge, rolled. Did you jump out or did you ride with it?
I jumped out right as the back end was going over and the front was going up in the air. I think the engine probably still good unless water's gotten into it.
This is another potential project. This is not high on the priority list unless we find the right person, because in order to do this project, we need somebody who is capable of blasting dynamite. So somebody with a blast, dynamite TNT license. If you're interested in not only the work party, but also helping us do some blasting and you have the capability, let us know. info@HeavyDSparks.com is the email to send it to, because I want to help Alan finish this. And if I don't kind of kick his ass into gear a little bit, this project will take forever, and it's already taken forever, and I don't want to see Alan, get too old where he can't work on this anymore and not have it done. I would love to see Alan retire someday and just come up here and hang out and work in his, mad scientist laboratory over here, because that's what Alan is. He's a mix between an idiot savant like Rain Man, a little bit of Einstein in him, and a lot of wizard. The man is just very well-rounded, and I think he would surprise a lot of you once you got to know him. Man, these bugs are thick. So anyways, anybody who's capable of blasting, shoot us an email. And now we're gonna head down to the bottom and show you what the project is down there. So we are down at the bottom now. The compound here is divided into pretty much 2 pieces, the bottom area and the top area where we just were. So basically what we're thinking about doing, which Alan has already started on, you can see this wall right here against the hillside, and see where he's been digging this area flat. We want to take this flat area all the way to basically where that wall, where that cut in the mountain is, and then essentially going to put a bunch of timbers and logs and steel and stuff in there and build another earth bunker. So earth bunker means we build a structure out of timber and steel, and then we put a roof on it, and then we cover that roof with a foot or 2 of dirt. So it basically becomes part of the hillside. Essentially what we're doing is taking this sloped hillside and cutting a big flat area out of it. So as you guys can see, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and it all has to be done kind of methodically in stages. Right now we're gonna go back and try to figure out what project we want to tackle first and see what we can get done, right?
Yeah.